Hi, David Brophy here again from Chorus Ireland. Hope you're all keeping well. Just some reflections 2 weeks after the first Chorus Ireland weekend in Kilkenny. I look back on it with really, really fond memories, and I know when my 2017 comes to an end, I think the inaugural Chorus Ireland weekend will stand out in my head as a highlight of my musical year. Great to meet so many people. We had a lovely crowd, 50 people in the choir. Not too big, not too small, gorgeous number in the choir. I think back to all the people in the choir. Dimfna, who in the alto line is crazy enough to have signed up for all three Chorus Ireland weekends. Dimfna, look forward to seeing you in Sligo very soon. Poor old Nell, who lost her voice and she still came, sat on every rehearsal for the weekend, said she got loads out of it but didn't sing. Nell, hope to see you possibly in Limerick later in the year. Suzanne, it was great to see you again. I knew you from Ulysses Choir when I was their music director 20 years ago, something terrible. Great to see you, Suzanne. Fran, it was great to see you there, and Robert also in the tenor line. I know I'd worked with you before in Carlow, from Carlow Choral Society all those years ago. The bass's Owen, who was probably one of the most prepared individuals who came the whole weekend. He knew his stuff almost off by heart, watching me like a hawk. Thanks Owen for everything over the weekend. Also John Moore in the basses, and Bernard, who is a culinary expert, having been appeared with Chorus Ireland on television before Christmas on the Moira and Dahi show on RTE. Great to have you along, Bernard, as well. The tenor, is great to see Louis again. I knew Louis years ago from Trinity Choral Society. Louis, great to see you there. And Pierce from Waterford, who's going to ever forget Pierce, who can't read any music but doesn't care, just mucked in anyway and seemed to have a great weekend. It was great to see you there too, Pierce. And our sopranos from Marion to Mairead to Laura to Kathy to Moira, who I frightened the life out of, I think, either on Friday evening or Saturday, and so whatever I did, I don't know what it was. Great to have all you there. Can't mention you all, but to all 50 of you, I look forward to seeing most of you, if not all of you, at some stage again later in the year. The first weekend was fantastic. We had 8 counties across the island represented in the first Chorus Ireland weekend. The ambition for me anyway is to get all 32 counties together in a choir. Would be really great to do that. That didn't happen even in Nation's Voice last year, so I think Chorus Ireland could be possibly the first time we get all 32 counties in one choir on the island together. So that's a long-term goal of mine. Let's try and make it happen soon. The numbers for Sligo are already very, very good at the moment, so for those of you who signed up already, you should have your, I'd say Duroflay, you should be looking at Duroflay first. And then maybe leave Foray to one side, because that's the more complicated one for the Sligo weekend. But on top of that, if you have people, friends of yours who have yet to experience the Chorus Ireland weekend or the Chorus Ireland experience, tell your friends, get them to sign up, because I know I certainly got something very, very special out of the weekend. There was an atmosphere in that room when we rehearsed in St. Kieran's that I rarely find in any other choirs I work with. It's great to work with a bunch of people who've just met on a Friday evening, because everyone's all pleasant to each other, and there was a nice vibe, both socially as well. We went out on Saturday night to Langton's, Kilkenny. We had a great night. And also, I have to say, this is the thing that choirs don't hear about, the feedback from Symphonia Ireland, who are our hand-picked professional orchestra for the concert in Kilkenny, has been also fantastic. They really enjoyed the gig, and they think we're all mad meeting on a Friday to rehearse something, and we're all amateurs working together to try and make concert happen in 48 hours. So long may the madness continue. Do sign up to Chorus Ireland. Our next weekend is Sligo in April, and the final weekend in this first half of the year is in Limerick at the very end of June, beginning of July. It was the first weekend is amazing. I couldn't have asked for anything better for the first weekend, so hopefully the next 2 weekends will go just as well. See you soon.